Things got a little bit weird on Cinco De Mayo in Baltimore after a police officer was arrested for allegedly biting a man's testicles in an alleyway behind a bar just before midnight. He's now facing assault charges according to charging documents released by police early this morning. Madison, like I said, things got a little bit weird. They were in the bar drinking. I want to say that he was an off-duty police officer. At the time he was off-duty, he was not in his uniform. This was a civilian incident. He got into an altercation for allegedly groping a man's roommate. They started to fight in the bar fight spilled into the street, that eventually spilled into an alleyway behind the bar. As he was being straddled so that he couldn't get away, Officer Michael Flaig bit the man's testicles so bad that he started bleeding. Which raises the question, if you're a police officer, I mean, shouldn't you have some other tactics when it comes to fighting, like karate chop, chokehold?
I'm sorry, but excuse me for saying this, but a trained police officer, whether he's off duty or not, should not be biting a man's nuts.
He went to the Squirrel Police Academy of Baltimore.
Yeah, I mean, there's many things he could be doing. I agree. He could have chokehold or a karate chop, or maybe broke up and walked away. Most police officers are supposed to handle situations, not intensify it. So, and again, to this level, I mean, it reminds me of biting ears in the boxing match. Like,
Evander Holyfield.
Yes,
yeah. Well,
I mean,
you know
it's
what?
just...
It does, though. I mean, I don't want to try to relate this in any weird way, but it is ironic that this happened in Baltimore. Although completely unrelated, it is, you know, we've been talking a lot about Baltimore, given the riots and police brutality, but the fact that, you know, this definitely says, this brings up the point that he probably wasn't properly trained considering he's biting people's nuts. This is just not, that shouldn't be your go-to secret move. You know what I mean?
Yeah, again, and he was under the influence of alcohol, and different things were factors, but again, you would expect higher standards from the police force. And I think this is, again, just another story of saying, you know, policemen need to be allocated for their actions, and just as much as these civilians that are being crimes, police officers need to step up their game as well. And this is definitely a bad example of another officer that's been trained to do something to this. It's immoral and just disgusting.
Yeah, well, there is a statement from the police department because, you know, although he was off duty, there is some responsibility because you are an ambassador to the police department, whether you're on duty or not. You should behave at all times. Here's what they had to say. They said, "These charges are disturbing and we have an obligation as police officers to conduct ourselves in a professional manner on and off duty. We will cooperate with the Baltimore Police Department as they conduct their investigation." So, there you have it. They are saying that they're going to look into it. So we want to know what you guys have to say about all this. Was this some weird isolated incident? Was he backed up against the wall, had no choice but to bite the man's nuts? I don't know how that could ever be an option, but let us know. Does this somehow also reflect the Baltimore Police Department as an institution? Let us know by commenting. And please, if you haven't already, please subscribe to the Lip TV 2 for more.